Welcome to the Chelyabinsk Zinc Plant 3Q 2008 IFRS Financial Results Conference Call, hosted by Mr. Sergey Moiseev. My name is Arza, and I'm your event manager. During the presentation, your lines will remain on listen only. If you require assistance at any time, please key *0 on your telephone, and the coordinator will be happy to assist you. I'd like to advise all parties this conference is being recorded for replay purposes. And now I would like to hand over to Mr. Sergey.
Thank you very much. Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 9 months 2008 CZP earnings conference call. My name is Sergey Moiseev. I'm the chairman of Chelyabinsk Zinc. With me today are our commercial director, Mr. Galevich, and the CFO of the company, Mr. Boris Beman. Earlier today, we issued a press release detailing the financial results of operations for the 9 months ended September 30th, 2008. Press release issued today and the presentation for this conference call are available on CZP's website. It's still www.zinc.ru in the Investor Relations section. Before we proceed, please note that various remarks that we make about the future expectations, plans, prospects of the company constitute forward-looking statements. All forward-looking statements involve known and unknown risks, uncertainties, and other factors that may cause the actual results to differ materially. I also want to mention, before we begin, that today's press release and presentation are based on unaudited financials prepared in accordance with the international accounting standards. CZP's net loss for the first 9 months of 2008 was 1,093,000,000 rubles compared to a profit of 1,782,000,000 rubles for the 9 months of 2007. 9 months 2008 net earnings have been affected by decrease in LME zinc prices, exploration and evaluation of assets written off, and non-cash accounting adjustment for goodwill. Average LME zinc price for 9 months of 2008 decreased by 39% to $2,099 a ton. And that compares to 9 months of 2007 average price of $3,452 a ton. At current price levels, zinc selling for around $1,100, less than half the metal's January value, CZP management does their best to keep a tight control on costs. Credit crunch picked up in the fourth quarter and impacted all industries, including zinc consumers and producers. Slowdown in zinc consumption and low zinc prices affect Chelyabinsk zinc results significantly. At this point, I would like to turn the call over to Mr. Galevich to discuss our business operations and provide you with the world and the Russian zinc market update. Mr. Berman will follow up with the comments on CZP's financials, and then we will be happy to answer your questions. Borislav, please.
Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start with the zinc and lead market update. The 9 months of war is the all of the first 9 months of this year were still very, very good, and none of us expected the severe the fall of the economy all around the world. It happened month and a half later. Although zinc price was declining steadily since November 2006, it still had a average price for 208 about $2,000 and a lead price about $2,300, which led to optimism that 208 would be good, another good year. Slide number 6. This is going to it now. just confirm what I said. And if you look at the ruble-dollar rate of 24 for 9 months, that was not in favor of our financial results, but it's natural because it showed that the Russian economy was going at a strong pace. The rate of change to the dollar did not change very much in the whole 9 months. If we move now to operation overview and the slide number 8, looking at the raw material supply, you can see that for 9 months, what we planned, we actually got. We are fully in control of all the coming quantities that are supposed to be taken in and produced into metal in 208. So if you go to the list of our suppliers, first of all, Angel is our own mine. It is going just a little bit below the budget plan. It's going very in good quality, strong state. Even here in RCC, domestic suppliers together gave more than what was expected. Imports were going strong, especially in the third quarter, and this was according to our plan to get as much as possible concentrated in the warm season in Russia. Secondary is a little bit lower than in the previous year, but that's because we became choosy and we wanted to have a better secondary with feeder time. So we are going very strongly and very well with the raw material supply. Zinc and byproduct production on slide number 9 show that zinc and zinc alloys produced according above the plan at 209, and figures that were expected in the last quarter at that time would give 5,000 tons above the budget. Indium and cadmium at that time did not have figures biased around the world inside Russia. They didn't bother us too much. And sulfuric acid, lead cake, and copper clinker has been sold without delay, and we could be successful sales. Zinc sales, especially if you look at the slide number 10, especially if you look at domestic sales, show that we're going very well and very strongly. We were supposed to regain our leading position on a domestic market, and we had this position, and we still have it. And export was going according to the plan, meaning that more than half was sold to the known buyers, and the rest has been sold to known buyers, especially not to the Mexican market. It is sold to our traditional sole exporter, Germany, who distributed around the world. List of the consumers having the Brock Metal, our company in England, domestic steel mills, export, and others just confirmed that these are supposed to have a very good year. This important thing to see here is others, which is 17%. Only shows that small buyers, domestic small buyers, we could pay high premium at a good year, and they started to buy a lot of our zinc for their own production. Mining segment shown on slide number 11 as a result of our mine. Also show that they took an effort to keep budget figures. They processed a lot of ore. Unfortunately, grade of zinc was a little bit below. That's why they couldn't make the quantity, not only by 1,000 tons of what was expected. So by the end of the year, they expected they would be on the budget target. And it's sure that overview of the Russian and world market. I hand over to Mr. Boris German, and I'm here for your questions later. Thank you.
Thank you, Bereshev. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at slide number 15.
As our chairman has already said, our revenue went down in 9 months of the current year compared to the same period of the previous year by 29%. As you already said, we produced more zinc and we managed to sell bigger share of it at the domestic market. So the decline of the revenue is, the only reason is the decline of the zinc price. And the appreciation of ruble compared to US dollar also contributed a bit. Our gross profit margin decreased from 28% to 9%, and it went down almost 5 times. Net income was negative due to non-cash adjustments. You can see that it's almost 800 million rubles goodwill impairment, and another 600 million is write-off our Amurska deposit costs. On slide number 14, you can see our revenue structure by products. So the sales of zinc and zinc alloys were in tonnage better than in previous year and better than we could expect when budgeting. The sales of lead concentrate went down compared to the previous year, but it's only because of decline in zinc lead price, and another reason for this decrease was just temporary difficulties with sales of this product, but most of it was sold in the third and fourth quarter of the current year. The growth of others is explained by better price for sulfuric acid and also by our consolidation with rock metal. Rock metal naturally didn't play a big role in 9 months of 2007 because we acquired this company only in the middle of the previous year. On slide number 15, you can see our cost structure. As usual, the biggest part is materials and consumables, mostly it's raw materials and concentrate. It's 59%. It's less than in previous periods because zinc price is falling and accordingly the concentrate price is falling, and all the other parts of the costs are proportionally slightly growing compared to the previous periods. 14% utilities and fuel, 10% depreciation, 6% staff, and 5% repairs and maintenance. On slide number 16, we present our performance by segments. Actually, all our 3 segments were not extremely profitable, to say the least. Margin lead and zinc standalone was 11% in terms of gross profit margin, 3% in Nova and 6% at rock metal. Nova zinc margin could be better if we sold all the lead concentrate in this period. On slide number 17, you can see cost structure by segments. In case of Chelyabinsk zinc plant, 59% is concentrate and some other materials, 13% materials and fuel, 8% selling general and administrative, and all 4 other segments are 5% each. Nova zinc, 15% materials, 16% utilities and fuel. It's a bit higher compared to the previous period due to the substantial growth in electricity tariffs and fuel price in Kazakhstan. And all the other parts are very similar to the previous structure, 9% repairs and maintenance, 15% depreciation, 15% staff, 15% other, it's mostly transportation, and 15% for SG&A. In case of Noah's Inc. on flight number 18, you can see that 87% is materials and consumables. It's basically zinc and aluminum they purchase for airline, and 6% cementation and administrative. All the others, 2-3%, almost nothing compared to materials and consumables. On flight 19, you can see that our total got decreased by almost 500 million rubles. So we kept servicing our debt according to the schedule. Our net debt decreased even more, more than 800 million rubles. That's due to our positive movement of working capital, what was very natural thing because of the fall of the zinc price. On slide number 20, you can see it illustrates that our net cash from operating activities is much higher than our EBITDA, 1.4 billion ruble, and 880 million rubles. This was used in our investing activities and 600 in our financing activities. On slide 21, you can see a nice picture of Gulfstream number 5 and our new sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid was completed in this period, and the investment in this year was 210 million ruble. The investments in Montreal were 96 million ruble, and our investment in Amurski deposit in 2008 were 86 million ruble, and as we did tell you in the previous presentation, we were forced to write it off. That's all. Thank you, and as always, we are ready to answer your questions. Welcome to ask.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, your question and answer session will now begin. If you wish to ask a question, please key star then 1 on your telephone and record your name, then press hash key. If you then decide to withdraw your question, simply key star 2. All questions will be answered in the order received, and you will be advised when to ask your question. All other lines will remain on listen only. Just to remind you, if you wish to ask a question, please key star then 1 on your telephone, record your name, and then press the hash key. Если вам нужно спросить вопрос, нажимать, пожалуйста, звезда 1, сказать ваше имя и нажимать hash key. We have one question. Just bear with me, please. Let me try to connect this conference call. Hold on. We have a question from a caller. However, we don't have his name. Please, caller, go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
It's Sergey Donska calling for Akademic. Thank you very much for this presentation. I have 4 questions. One is about your debts. You currently have approximately 2.1 billion rubles of of debt. The question is, what are the debt covenants that you are subject to, if any, in terms of interest coverage, debt to EBITDA, or any other that can affect the operations, and how do you currently stand with respect to these covenants, assuming, for instance, that current market situation of zinc market will not change substantially for the next year? Do you meet these covenants, or you are likely to violate some of them? Question number 2 is about supply contracts. Have you already finished your negotiations with suppliers of zinc concentrate in Russia? And if yes, what are the supply terms? I know that previously this concentrate was supplied to you at a price calculated as a percentage of LME price. The question is whether these terms have changed, if yes, then how? And same question about the imported concentrate. If you already have some idea on what terms you are going to get concentrate in the next year, then your color would be most welcome. And also, how do you see the structure of your zinc supply next year? Do you think that structure will remain more or less the same, or you plan to increase the proportion of concentrate shipped from overseas or from domestic suppliers? Well, maybe these two questions are enough for now, and I will ask more after these two.
Good evening, Sergey, and thank you for your questions. Covenants, very natural question, very logical one. We have a couple of EBITDA-related covenants, and we expect that we will be unable to meet them, and we went our lenders and we asked them for waivers, and we have not received them so far, but we feel that the banks understand us and they are ready to give us relevant waivers, so I think we are okay. Speaking about structure of our supply, we expect a major change in the structure. We will decrease our output to maintain normal cash flow. To do so, we will substantially increase the share of our stockpile zinc and decrease the purchase of zinc concentrate, and the total output will be somewhere between 100 and 110,000 tons of zinc. That's what we expect now, unless the price goes up substantially.
So that's the volume you expect next year to produce, right? 100. That's the volume you expect to produce next year, 100 to 110, right?
Yeah, that's what we currently expect. And therefore, the purchase of concentrate will be significantly lower compared to the current year. And as for the terms, that's probably the rest part of the answer. Please, Mr. Galich. Yes, hello? 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 Would you like to give some comments in regards to concentrate?
Here is the operator. My name is Salva.
Well, I already heard that Mr. Bidman gives an answer on this in this respect. So, taking consideration that we have a quite large stockpile by the end of this year, And that we're cutting down production severely due to the poor demand in Russia, first of all, because our steel mills declined to first of all purchase what they ordered this year and signed this year. And for next year, we don't have orders, so it's going to be much, much less than we expected. We will not have any problems with the constant supply. I would say, maybe it's a joke that some of the Russian concentrates could be for sale abroad because there will be excess concentrates in Russia and Kazakhstan because of the cut down in production. We do have some concentrates signed on the West, but we will probably either sell it to China or take minimum quantities in order not to pay penalties, but with really minimum quantities, and it will be based on the benchmark price, which today is around $200 pays 1,200 with small escalators. But the price which we are now looking for domestically shouldn't be above 50% LME, should be less.
Okay, thank you.
If you're talking about the distribution of metal, I already said that we had some domestic problems because steel mills are not taking expected quantities. So there will be a much smaller portion of the domestic sales. Probably we're expecting that it will be in average next year on 3,500 to 4,000 pounds compared to 7,000 pounds this year. So the rest of it can go abroad, and so far we didn't have any problems to sell what we didn't sell domestically abroad through our buyer and distributor in London.
I'm sorry. Could you just a little bit elaborate on the structure of your sales? I'm not sure I got your last comment correctly. What proportion approximately of your sales do you think will go to the domestic customers next year?
It will be, if you look at the figures, it's going to be approximately, I think it's going to be approximately below 50%, but a little bit below 50%. But if you look the overall total production figures of the next year, it's much less. So we think it's going to be between 3,500 to 4,000 tons a month next year in average. Compared to nearly 7,000 tons a month this year.
Okay, I see. Just to clarify on the usage of stockpiled cake and purchases of concentrate. On my numbers, I'm not sure, to be honest, how correct they are. You don't have too much of stockpiled zinc cake, maybe. Well, at most 20,000 tons. So you will probably not be able to increase its consumption significantly. You will simply run out of the stock very soon. Am I wrong?
Plenty of zinc content.
Yes, of zinc content.
That's about to be right.
That's about right. So as of now, I have about 20,000 zinc cake.
Okay. Zinc cake, yes?
Yes,
that's right.
Okay. Then one more question.
Excuse me, but given that the total production is about 120% of cake produced or zinc produced from free raw material, significantly improves the cost side.
I agree. And speaking about the zinc concentrate that you have stockpiled, could you give some ballpark number about how much of stockpiled zinc in concentrate you currently have in tons, and what is approximately the average purchase cost? And will you have to make any write-downs to bring this inventory in line with the current market?
Well, we carry out 30,000 tons zinc containing stockpile.
I'm sorry, I missed the number.
30,000 tons.
30,000 pounds. Okay.
30,000 tons.
30. Okay. And about cost?
Well, it's not an easy question. Part of it priced, part of it not priced, part of the concentrate is not priced but fixed. Price part of it. So it's difficult to answer to give you just one number.
Okay, but maybe I could make some estimates myself if I just know during what period this concentrate was purchased. Was it mainly during third quarter?
Yeah, we can say so. Mainly during the third quarter.
Okay. Well, speaking about domestic sales, given that you, as you have mentioned, you experienced currently some difficulties marketing to your main customers in Russia, it's probably correct not to expect any significant price premium on domestic market next year, right?
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Just
Tesla. Low.
So,
hello. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Just to remind you, if you wish to ask a question, please key star then one on your telephone, record your name, and then press the hash key. We have a question from a caller. However, we don't have his name. Caller, please go ahead.
I'm sorry, it's Sergey Donsky once again. I guess we probably lost Mr. Kolovich. Then I have one last question to Mr. Binman. If possible, can you give some guidance about your capex plans for 09?
To be concise, no capex in 2009.
Even no maintenance?
Yeah, of course, some maintenance capex will be required, but in terms of expansion and modernization, no capex.
Okay, I see.
And given that Mr. Gavrovich is lost the line, I don't know. I would say that our sales as a domestic market will be definitely lower than in 2008, but I don't think the situation will affect the premium. Premium will be still somewhere at the same level, and you have to appreciate it in absolute figures. It will be lower compared to 2008, but in percent, it will be at the same level. That's what I think.
In percent, I think it was something like 10 to 15%, right?
That's right. Closer to 15 than to 10.
Okay. Well, thank you. I think it's about all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, just to remind you, if you wish to ask a question, please key star then one on your telephone, record your name, and then hash key. Есть у вас вопрос? Нажимать, пожалуйста, звезда 1, ваше имя и hash key. We have a question from Mr. Maxim House. Please go ahead.
Good evening, gentlemen. One question. Can you please tell me what is the current indebtedness of your consignee in respect of supplied zinc well, started from the third quarter till now?
I'm afraid I didn't get the question. Can you repeat it, please?
Can I ask in Russian?
Yeah, please do so. Doesn't matter. It's not question of language. I'm afraid the line quality is. But let's try in Russian.
Меня интересует размер дебиторской задолженности по поставкам цинка перед вами со стороны металлургов. Сколько они вам должны и с какого момента отчитывается задолженность?
Окей. Ну, серьезных сумм просроченной дебиторской задолженности нет. Текущая задолженность имеет место, но вся задолженность по цинку, она в пределах там сотни миллионов рублей. И просроченной или проблемной мы не видим.
Спасибо.
Thank you very much. Just to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, star, then 1 on your telephone, record your name, and hash key.
Hello?
Извините, пожалуйста, подождите, пожалуйста.
Hello? Hello? Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, we don't have more questions. Something.
Okay, in this case, thank you everybody. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and goodbye, and see you next year.
Thank you, all the best.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes your conference call for today. You may now disconnect. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.